Why Israelites don't celebrate Thanksgiving? Because it's the biggest inside celebration joke. Imagine somebody invites you to a party, okay? You have no idea, but it's for the celebration and the death and killing of your fathers, your uncles, your brothers, and grandfathers. How would you feel? Because we were in slavery, guess what? Any little free time, any little time of fun, laughter, eating, drinking, guess what? We would do it. But what the Bible say? Learn not the ways of the heathen. Do not do as the Egyptians.
Yes. Them have the heart of a pagan. The children have the heart of a lion, I know. Evil and move with Satan. Righteous trod in the countenance of the Almighty One.
So what it say? It said, feed a man corn, he eats for a day. Teach a man to grow corn, he kills you and steal your land. You know what I mean? And it speaks true because this is what the Native Americans, this is what the indigenous of Santo Domingo, this is what the indigenous of Haiti went through. Straight up. You know what I mean? So it's like one of these things we got to learn from our mistakes. But the Bible prophesy about this thing happening. That's the crazy part. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein he dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall he not do. Neither shall he walk in their ordinances. So, at the end of the day, guess what? We paid the price. One reason because we were more friendly to the invaders than our own nation of people and tribes of men. So that's why the Most High send them. Okay? Look, he's giving corn, showing the man how to get food. There was big wars going down within the 5 nations, the 5 civilized nations and all the nations them that was in America. Okay? So we had to learn the hard way. Even when you watch the movie, all right, Apocalypto, we were killing each other, taking hearts out of bodies, eating the flesh, drinking the blood. So the Most High say, you know what? Y'all want to kill each other? Don't worry. I got somebody for you guys, man. I'm going to send them. And we didn't follow the laws, because if we followed the laws and kept the laws, this is one thing the records say. This is in Ecclesiasticus 11. Actually, Ecclesiasticus 12. When thou do good, know to whom thou doest it, so shalt thou be thanked for thy benefits. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. You never help nobody out. Okay? You don't bless another congregation. You don't reach out and try to give somebody food and water. All right? Israelites. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner. We wanted to help the invaders. All right? Even right now, our women rather tell other women, don't deal with the black man. Go and deal with the Asian man, the Egyptian man, the European man. The newest thing, they want to talk to Persians. All right? Because them love the coolie man them. Give not to the godly man. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner. Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread. Them boys was ungodly and wicked wretch, them heathen. And give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee. That's what happened. We give it to them, and them boys overmaster us. All right? Take everything. All right? Lest he overmaster thee thereby, for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him. So as all the good that we decide to do to the heathen, to the wicked, to the sinners, the Most High repay us double. All right? He said, thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him. For the Most High hated sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Give unto the good, and help not the sinner. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hid in adversity. Okay? And in prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. Never trust thine enemies, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. I mean, we would have compassion and probably been a little bit easier on the Edomites if we would have seen them do a lot more for the Native Americans, making sure they can at least have their heritage back, have more land, be more productive in society, see them now proud in their natural dress. Okay? Even us Israelites, we went away and, okay, we don't celebrate the natural holidays no more, the biblical holidays. All we celebrate are white supremacy accomplishments, okay, and festivities, okay, and pagan rituals. Halloween, Easter, Christmas, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Them things are rooted in paganism. Of course you honor your father, of course you honor your mother, but not when it's a mass ritual pagan worship, because there's power in numbers and you've been helping out your own oppression. These are white supremacy fundraisers. Good luck. Watch this. Never trust thine enemies, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching. How are you doing? Hey guys. Yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten by a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner, and is defiled with him in his sin, eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, doing all the pagan rituals. Know them do pagan sexuality, men with men, woman with woman, woman with dog, man with animal. All right? Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come as wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner is defiled with him in his sin. Who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied. He will not be satisfied with blood, because he wanted dead. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. All right? And though he pretended to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. So, man, you see this happening throughout the years. You see this happening in different islands and government, okay? And it's going to keep happening because we don't know exactly who we are. We're special people. We're set apart. So why did God allow this to happen to us if we say that we are his people? What you got to understand, every time that we, the children of Israel, disobey God, he let the other nations conquer us, okay? So at the end of the day, it's because of our idolatry, paganism, is why the other nations are above us and we're at the bottom. We don't lend nobody no money. All the other nations can lend each other money. We do not have that. We do not have that luxury, okay? Because we do not have our own economy. You get me? Check this out. This is Psalms 55. This is that picture right there at the end. Psalms 55, okay, and verse 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant, because at the end of the day, we was going to reach out with our hands and help whoever came along as strangers. You need to eat, this is how we eat. You need water, this is where the water be. But at the end of the day, war was in their heart. Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. We love you. Oh man, we love your food, we love your music. Oh man, can I come and celebrate with you guys? Do you mind me dressing up in your cultural garments like you guys? He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. How many treaties America have broken with the Native Americans? Even with us, they still have not held up their part of the bargain by letting us out of slavery, giving us rehabilitation, and also giving us compensation for our years of free labor. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. But thou, O God, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee. Because at the end of the day, when the Most High speak, he speak of eternity. And no matter how long you see them, no matter how long the kingdoms go on, it must have an end. Because the Most High is going to invade them with his troops, bringing Christ, ending World War III, destruction, death, them killing the trees, them killing the land, them killing the Israelites, them killing the solar system, trashing space, trashing the water. The earth is going to cry out. So there you have it. And again, even in Amos chapter 5 and verse 21, God say, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Nahum 3:1, woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. We are the prey. We are the prey. Colossians chapter 2, okay, and verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the traditions of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.